Tyler Johnson.
And what do you do for work?
Oh, well, I don't work. I'm married well, so I just stay at home and I do some volunteering.
How are you involved with Eckhart High School?
My son attends the high school, and I'm the PTA president.
How did you get along with the previous principal, Jones?
Principal Jones and I didn't really see eye to eye. He was kind of loose when it came to discipline and the rules.
What is your opinion of religion in the school system?
I don't have a problem with religion. I just feel like it has a time and a place, and she kept at home with the parents and not running in schools.
How do you know the teacher, Christine?
My son had her his freshman year for civics class, and then again his junior year.
What is your relationship like with Miss Gordon?
I don't like her.
Why do you not like her?
Well, I volunteered to chaperone an event, and she took her students to see Queen Elizabeth and the Rise of the Church of England. And I just voiced my concern, maybe this would offend some of the students who were Jewish or atheist, and she just disregarded what I had to say and was really rude.
Now let's talk about your son's civics class his freshman year. What happened during that?
Andrew was assigned to do some community service, and he asked me if he could do it at our church. And well, the church is part of the community, so I said, of course. And when he went in to turn in his hours, Mrs. Gordon just wouldn't take him.
How did you react to Miss Gordon almost failing your son?
Well, I was really upset. My son had done the hours, and he tried to turn them in, and she just wouldn't accept them. So I called her, and she hung up on me. So then I wrote a letter to the paper.
Okay, the record reflects that I am handing your honor. Closing counsel and the witness was remarked his defense exhibit A. Ms. Johnson, what is this?
Well, it is the opinion that I wrote along with some other articles.
And this is fair. Is this a fair and accurate copy of the article you wrote?
Yes, it is.
At this time, I move to admit into evidence, but I also ask, can we constructively redact the article to only what Ms. Johnson wrote? Because she admitted that there is other stuff that she did not write that is irrelevant to this case.
Counselor? No objection.
Do we admit into evidence?
It is defense exhibit A.
And we publish it to the jury.
Yes.
Ms. Johnson, please explain what this article talks about.
I basically started our article off talking about what happened with my son Andrew in the class. I later on talk about how Chris Gordon is just not helping out our values of our society, and at the very end I called for her termination.
Are you happy with the hiring of Principal Jordan?
I am thrilled. I was on the board that would interview her, and I figured out during the interview process that she would be a great principal.
Did you ever interact with Ms. Gordon after your son's freshman year?
Unfortunately, Andrew had her again his new year for AP US history.
What negative actions occurred in that advanced placement U.S. history class?
Andrew came home one day and showed me some pictures he had taken with his phone of some BB sticks that she had in her classroom, and he even assigned a guy with this swastika.
What was your reaction to the discovery of all of Ms. Gordon's religious items?
I was just really upset. I obviously know that the swastika meant peace before the Nazis used it, but I'm not sure kids at that age did, so I just felt concerned for the students, and it just upset me.
Did you ever look at the school rules regarding clothes?
Yes, I did.
And what did they say?
They said that in section 5.3, I believe, that the clubs could function without the principal's permission.
And did Principal Lohman know that Ms. Gordon was leading this club?
No, she did not.
May the record reflect that I am handing your honor, opposing counsel, and the witness was remarked as defense exhibit B. Ms. Johnson, what is this?
Well, this is the email and the reply I sent to Principal Lohman on August 7th.
Is this a fair
Actually, Your Honor, irrelevant. This whole email is irrelevant.
No, it's not.
Want to press the bench? What's the foundation from this here?
Well, she said that this was the article, the email that she sent to the principal, and then also later says in his response that I will look into the situation in section Ms. Johnson, what is the significance?
If you look to Principal Logan's reply to me, she says that she will look into the situation. So obviously, if she was just now looking into it, she had no knowledge of it.
Why did you write this email?
Because I wanted to expose Mrs. Gordon, or yeah, Mrs. Gordon.
What happened that eventually led Principal Loman to fire Ms. Gordon?
Well, I guess Mrs. Gordon just had enough and she pushed Ms. Principal Logan. My only objection to it was that it took 2 years, but I'm very happy.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Please vote.
So you're a criminal reporter, correct?
That is correct.
So you have all the time in the world to be the concerned parent you are.
Not all the time. Like I said before, I volunteer. I'm the president of the PTA. You know, I run a tight budget for the PTA, so I'm pretty busy with all of that work.
So, but you are a very concerned parent about your kids.
Well, of course I'm concerned about my Andrew and my daughter.
And one of those concerns which you feel so strongly about is religion in schools, correct?
Yes, because I just feel like, you know, religion should be taught with the parents present because it's really, they're raising their child and they should have that say.
Now, Mrs. Johnson, do you remember giving a statement today?
Yes.
And you could have the opportunity to go back and change that statement as many times as you want.
Yes.
What I'm handing you report to you a true and accurate copy of this. Is that true?
Yes.
Could you read lines 29 to the end of the sentence on 32?
I am not inclined to discuss my own religious beliefs. Thank you very much. However, I believe that religion, and I'm talking about religions, have no place in public high school. Religious discussions being at home where families can choose for themselves what to believe and not to believe rather than in school.
Okay, now being the president of the PTA at Earhart High School, you are aware of all the program activities, correct?
I am.
And now, if you are so pernicious about religion in schools, why didn't you try to dispose of the Christian Peace Group?
Because really the only thing Christian about the peace group is that they're named. They really are just like a community service project. They just give back to the community.
But isn't it because the only reason why you attacked the Free Spirit Club is because you don't like Mrs. Gordon that much?
That's not it, because the Free Spirit Club taught religions in school, and as I stated, that it should be kept at home, and I just didn't agree with it.
So if you can finish reading the rest of the paragraph, lines 32 to 34.
This is just one of the many reasons I am not sorry that Mrs. Gordon was fired. Quite frankly, she deserved it, and I cannot believe she is bringing this ridiculous lawsuit. It is frivolous, if you ask me.
So let's talk about those many other reasons you aren't sorry about Mrs. Gordon being fired. Didn't you testify that you had a little bit of history with Mrs. Gordon?
Yes, I did. I volunteered to go on a field trip with her in 2006.
Yes, that was my next question. Where did you go on this trip?
We went to see the Queen Elizabeth and the Rise of the Church of England painting.
And that made you pretty furious, didn't it?
It just made me uncomfortable for the students. I'm the PTA president, so I'm there to watch out for them in their best interests.
Could you read lines 47 and 49?
47 and 49, like just starting in the middle of 47.
The first one.
I was furious and didn't speak to her again the entire trip.
And could you finish reading?
I'm at a great to admit I was pretty resentful and vowed to find a way to expose Mrs. Gordon for the academic fraud that she was.
When you got your chance to reveal this academic fraud a few years later, your son was